Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Year of the Batman. Today's Batman Beyond episode is King's Ransom. So as I said last video, this episode was technically the season two finale, which ties directly into good golly gosh, ties directly into Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. But for whatever reason on the DVD, this is the season one premiere. Um, it doesn't really matter. Just things are a little out of order, but I'm still doing the movie tomorrow, so excited for that. So it starts off the Royal Flush King. They're stealing this like priceless Jaguar, and Batman he comes in, which they do the thing which I really hate, where like somebody is talking about something and I think it was like the Queen. She was like, "Oh, we better get out of here before more heat comes," and then Batman comes crashing through the window, and he's like, "Oh, it just did." It's just like with him, I can kind of get because he has like surveillance tools and whatnot, but that's like one cliche I always hate when somebody says something in a completely different room and then somebody comes crashing through and then they like finish their like or they answer the question or whatnot. It's so annoying. I know it's a nitpick, but man, that drives me crazy in any form of media when they do that. Ugh, hate it. So anyway, a fight breaks out. um oh yeah, also a little bit of a rewind. Jack is the one getting into security before 10 was the one that to always do that, but uh Jack he brings up that Ten's not there, and the king like strikes him, and he like fumbles it and sets off the alarm. So that's why Batman was alerted. So they get to fighting. Ace is damaged in the battle, and on their escape, Jack actually gets captured by Batman. So it's like, damn, Terry, you just like turned their force into a quarter. Good for you, dude. So Jack is now in police custody. They're trying to get some material out of him, but he's not saying anything. And Bruce, he thinks that like they were hired by somebody because the piece that they stole isn't like their usual MO. And I was kind of thinking, oh hey, it was like some ancient kind of valuable jaguar. That's a cat thing. Maybe it's like Catwoman is like this even though she's like really old at this point, like this like crime boss. That'd be kind of interesting, you know? Like even after all this time, she's still into that stuff. But no, it's Baxton Powers, Blight's son, who he has a huge collection of stolen art. So um, during the fight with Batman and the gang, the ear of the Jaguar got like bumped off. So the king's trying to uh, sell that to him, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing? No, I'm not paying for damaged goods. What the hell?" So his secretary, I don't know if it's like, I love the trope of like you have this like rich billionaire male, and he has this like female assistant badass like Lex Luthor and Mercy, and Baxton he also has his little sidekick, and she beat the fuck out of King. I mean, just there was no blows going her way. Like it was all one sided. So Powers was like, "Hey, here's some credits just for pittance of the deal, because I'll take it, even though it's damaged, but whatever." So he goes back, licking his wounds, and the queen, she's so pissed at him. She's like, "We never had to squabble like this. Our forces was never this weak. My ex-husband, he, well, maybe not ex, maybe like former husband, he was twice the man you were," and like really degrading him. She's like, "What's stopping me from just leaving this family once and for all?" And the king's like, "I have one more trump card that we can play." So he ends up, him, uh, Ace, and the Queen, they end up kidnapping Powers. So he wants to hold him for ransom for like 20 million. And he's like, "Listen, Powers is like, listen, I don't have the money. Like everything I own, it's tied up into like stocks and bonds. I don't have any liquid cash on me. All everything I get is through like company bonuses and whatnot." So The king's like, well, that's just fucking great. So I guess we'll ransom you off then. Meanwhile, at the time, 10, she's just like this um not a hostess, not a waitress. She works in a restaurant. I can't remember the exact term. It's not that important. But she works in a restaurant, and Terry, he's been keeping tabs on her, and she's like, or he asked her, hey, have you heard any news about your family at all? And she's like, no, I've pretty much gone no contact with them. They don't even know I exist. By the way, did you get that note to Terry? And, well, I mean, he comes as Batman, and Terry's like, well, Batman's like, yeah, I gave it to him. And she's just like, oh, I guess he doesn't think I exist either. Which I'm like, dude, Terry, I respect the hell out of you for staying loyal to Dana, but my God, what a fucking fumble, dude! Like you're gonna not date 10? Like that woman is an 11 out of 10, and you're gonna stick with boring old Dana? Or hell, why aren't you with Max? Damn it, you guys have way more chemistry. She's way better. She has a personality. God, I hate Dana. Like Terry, get your head out of your ass. Don't date Dana. Date 10 or Max. Those are the two options. Why did you pick the third shitty option? God. I'm sorry. I hate Dana. She has no personality. Like she's just hot and that's it. That's her personality. It's just being hot. And she's not even that hot compared to Max or 10. Like just what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? So, anyway, enough about that. So the king, he calls Wayne and he asks for like $20 million as ransom. And then Wayne responds back with, yeah, due to company policy, we do not negotiate with terrorists. That came from Powers himself. So if you want to blame anybody, blame him. I'm just like, God damn, that is cold. And I love it. His like own policies backing up on him. So the king's like, okay, I guess we're fucking killing you now. And then Powers is like, whoa, 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 whoa. Listen, I've got a stone in our collection. There's a crown there that's worth like double what you're asking. All right, we just need to get that crown and we're good. What if we send my assistant? And the queen's like, yeah, no, we're not fucking doing that. I don't trust her. I don't trust you or I don't trust anybody. So they call Wayne again. And they're asking him to go to Powers' secret collection to gather it so they can have a trade off the crown for Powers. And Powers is like, whoa, 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 whoa there, whoa there. If Wayne sees where my collection is, he hates me. He is going to report that to the cops. That whole collection is going to be taken away from me. I'm going to go to jail. Listen. Why don't you kill Bruce Wayne and I'll give you the crown? And they're like, okay, yeah, this could work. So Bruce, he fetches the crown and he meets them in a park for like a trade-off, and he's got Batman to like look over his shoulder. Meanwhile, Ace, not Ace the dog, Ace the Royal Flush Gang member, he's using thermal vision to look out for Batman, and he finds him and he attacks him to keep him like preoccupied. And Terry went through it. I mean, so Ace is like this huge cybernetic menace, like an android. At one point, he like picks him up and absolutely slams that motherfucker to the ground. And then he takes like this air conditioning vent. It's like, I mean, you know how big those are. He takes that and slams him. It breaks the roof and causes him to go through the next floor. I'm like, God damn, Terry. Thank Christ that suit was built for durability. Because holy shit, even with that had to hurt. So Terry's a bit knocked out of commission. So the king and queen and Powers, they roll up on their cars. Powers is all tied up. And then the king's like, yeah, change of plans, old man. So Powers, he then reveals himself, which that was stupid. He got too cocky. He shouldn't have revealed that, hey, I'm working with them. So he tries to take on Bruce. And Bruce, he's still so spry for his age. At one point, he's like shooting at him, and he dives into the water fountain. And the king, he like goes searching in the water fountain and like picks up his jacket. And he turns around, and he gets punched in the face by Bruce. And then he's like trying to run to his car with this cane, and the king cuts him off. So here's the car, here's the king, here's Bruce, and he like holds a sword out to shoot one shot. And then Bruce, it's so cold. I love it. He just, and out from the car comes Ace to fucking just get his ass. Oh my god, it was so great. Ace for the win. I love Ace. Anytime he's seen, love it. Especially after that one episode, the animal cruelty one. Oh, my heart. So Ace, he is just like tearing into the king at this point, and the queen, she's like looking for a shot, but she can't really get a clear shot. At this time, the gang member Ace, he's coming to help out, but then Batman, he like emerges from the rubble and like full force tackles Ace, and like he knocks him down, and then it knocks him into Powers, which he gets like stuck in a tree, and then Ace knocks into the queen, so she falls down. So now Terry's fighting the queen. Powers is in a tree. Ace got knocked into the fountain, and he just short circuited. He's completely destroyed. And then the Ace dog and the king, they're scuffling, and this is a nice detail. Bruce, he literally had to excuse himself from the fight to take some heart medication, which I'm like, yeah, Bruce, take 5. You've been through it, brother. So eventually Terry does get a hold of the queen. He has her in handcuffs, and the king does escape with his card, which, man, Ace was on his, he was literally had his like mouth on the card, like the card surfer, before he like finally let go. I'm like, god damn, dude, that is one determined dog. So it then cuts to the queen whipping out behind her back like a knife card, or a card knife, and she's like cutting into her handcuffs, and then it cuts to the king going back to his hideout, and there waiting for him is Power's assistant, and they like exchange a kiss, and how all this was part of his plan so they could steal Power's full art collection and then just go off and ransom all of that and live just like rich, wealthy lives. And this part kind of annoys me. It then shows the queen going into their like hideout, and I'm just like, Batman and Bruce were right there. Like, how did you escape? Like, we know you were cutting the handcuffs. Where, like, did he just like let you escape to go to the king? I mean, that's the best thing I can think of. So the queen and the king, they're sick and tired of each other. The queen's like, you piece of shit, my former husband would have never let things get this bad. I'm going to kill you. And the king's like, all you did was compare me and nag me and whatnot. I am done. So eventually the king, he knocks the queen out, and then Batman, he comes in, and he's about to get got by the king, but then the king's like, you have no idea what it's like being compared to somebody else's shadow and what that feels like. So then he knocks down the card of the former king. It's like the size of a house, and he knocks it down on him, and he's like, yeah, I kind of do know what it's like to be in someone else's shadow. So everybody's captured. I mean, Ace is dead because he's a robot. The king and queen are captured, and then it ends with Jack getting bailed out by his sister 10, so they can like go and just have normal lives. And yeah, that's the end of the episode. Good episode, good strong episode. But yeah, I don't really have any complaints. It was just a lot of twists and turns along the way, a lot of really good action. Like, the drama between them was really fleshed out. Like, for me, this was and then Powers, he got its comeuppance because Bruce reported how he had the stolen art collection, so now he's in jail too. So I mean, a lot of stuff happened, a lot of action happened. Not really comedy wise in here, but it was okay just because of how action packed it was. You got Ace in there, like just good episodes. So honestly, I would say this is a 7 out of 7 episode, just because it was just so jam packed with action, like so plot heavy. Like, you actually had consequences, betrayal, plot twists, like good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, there was like no stones left on. Like, the only thing I can kind of think of that made me a little mad was the queen getting away, but I'm pretty sure Batman let that happen for the sole reason of catching the queen and the king. So I'll excuse that. But yeah, really fun episode. highly recommend, and I cannot wait for tomorrow because it's Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. That one of my favorite Batman movies, so I can't wait to revisit it and just share my thoughts on it. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.